Every now and then I like to grab my pickaxe off the shelf and just go down into the indie mines, give it a few swings, and hopefully come back with a hidden gem. I think we've done that today. I think I've been down in the indie mines mining for long enough, and what we've picked up here is, well, a Cris Tale. I'll show myself out. Don't act like you're not here for that. I know you. I don't know you. So what we got here is a game called Cris Tales, and I believe it seems to be a very fresh take on the time-traveling RPG. It's not every day that time-traveling RPGs really decide to bounce outside that box, and Cris Tales seems to be doing that. The last time I seen a game do this was, well, Evoland. If you don't know what Evoland is, it was just a really cool game that managed to squeeze like 20 years worth of RPGs into one tight package. You actually played through the generations and evolutions that RPGs went through. It was a really cool and unique idea. Now, what made Cris Tales kind of stand out to me, I mean, apart from the art style, which we'll totally get into, it was the way this future and past mechanic works. So you can always see into the future and you can always see into the past, and it's almost like having a filter over your screen. So one part will be split and you're in the past there, and then the other side will be split and that's the future. Also, time travel actually affects battles in a really interesting way, but we'll talk about this filter first. Surprisingly enough, you don't actually go to the future or go to the past. You're literally just seeing what, like I said, a filter of those would be. You do, however, have a little frog that can jump into the past or into the future to kind of recover items or move stuff around to slightly alter the outcome of what's actually happening. Now, mind you, I haven't seen them take that idea and really run with it yet, but the demo and the footage that we've seen is only from the very start of the game, so maybe it evolves from there. Like, the stuff that we have seen is just like a tree that you can plant a seed in your current time, and then in the future, when you put the filter over it, you'll see that the tree actually is a full-grown tree and will spawn a fruit. Now, you might have noticed already, but exploring this world to me is just absolute eye candy. I love the look of it. It has that, it is 2D art, and then it's in a 3D world. It kind of reminds me of being like thrown into a Paper Mario game with a completely different art style. I mean, everything's done in 2D, like all the sprites and everything, but then you're exploring a 3D world. It's really cool, and I love the style of it. Surprisingly enough, that's not the last time we're going to hear Paper Mario come up. That art style, though, also plays well when it actually goes into the cutscenes and they're talking to each other, which, mind you, is fully voiced.
Look, Volcano! They broke our poor goblins!
I am really looking forward to see where they take that art style and how they expand upon those puzzles as we get further into the game, because they've shown some cool stuff in the actual trailer footage that just looks colourful, looks fantastic, and I think they could actually go places with this, and we're just going to have to wait and see if they do. The other part that I just really want to know where they're going to take it is the battles, because this is where it gets kind of interesting. Now, first of all, you remember when I said that I'm going to bring up Paper Mario again? Well, here we are, because the battles are very much like a Paper Mario style. They're turn-based battles, but not only that, there is button prompts. In other words, when you go into attack an enemy, you can press the button at the right time and you deal extra damage. And same when you're defending, if you get attacked, you can press the button at the right time and put off a kind of extra defensive move or something. And you know what, while we're on the subject of inspiration here, why don't we talk about the actual menus to this, like the menus to the battle system, because as far as style goes, if there was one game that I said, this game bleeds style lately, what would that be? To me, I would instantly go to Persona. Persona is like the evolution of style to me, and this game seems to borrow from it a little bit. It looks very similar, but I love it, and I also like the fact that it does this unique thing with where the monster is on the field is where that menu is going to point towards. So you can kind of be like, all right, I'm facing the right, or all right, I'm targeting the left, and you know who you're targeting at that time. Much better than like old school games where you'd have a little menu and you'd flick between attack monster A, attack monster B, and you'd be like, which one's A and which one's B, or one of them is flashing or something. This works really well. Now, I've been building to it, but here is where the battles get really interesting, because there is a mechanic that you use with your time travel. The one that I'm seeing them use here is against these two sisters who generally have a impenetrable shield that they put up in front of them, and you simply can't damage them. Now, you can actually split the screen and send things to the future or the past. However, just sending these two sisters to the future, well, it ain't gonna do anything, and it doesn't do anything. But if we were to wet their shield first, if we were to splash water on the metal that protects them, and then send them to the future, that water would rust their shield, meaning that their defenses would be lowered. And I guess we can hurt them. Now that's just one interesting way that we've seen them use this time travel ability. There are other ones, like I've heard that you can send monsters to the future or past and it will actually change like whether they're a melee or damage dealer, because like they might be young and spruce and then might be old and then magic casters and other stuff like that. So I want to know where they take that, and I think that is almost more interesting than what else they're doing with the splitting of the screen in the actual towns and exploration itself. Now, from what I've heard and kind of a little bit of what I've seen here, there are a couple of rough edges, but I want to keep in mind that this game is coming out in 2020. So that's in the future, which the game is all about time. I don't know, it felt like a pun, but it really wasn't. So I'm going to wait till we get some more stuff come out about this in the future, and we'll see what they come up with. If you're wondering who's making it, well, the publisher is Modius Games, and the developer is Dreams Uncorporated and Sick. Hopefully that means something to you. Hopefully this meant something to you. And if it did, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. Thank you for watching. And remember, for great Nintendo entertainment, you can count on me.